What's up, YouTube? Calzarus here with the Hearthstone deck tech. This one is Control Warrior. I just made it a couple of days after the expansion. It's pretty similar to the normal Control Warrior, except I've taken out a few of the key cards. You'll notice there's no Alexstrasza in this deck, and there's a very specific reason for that. It's because I'm running this badass dude right here, Varian Win. Pretty much nothing in this deck has a battle cry because my whole game plan is to get Varian Win out and just have all the big shit drop. So he works really well with pretty much anything that comes into the field and just has an effect at the end of the turn or like a death rattle. But if you have something with a battle cry, you don't get the benefit, so I've decided to just kind of tailor the deck around that. So basically it's nothing but removal and then big creatures. I do have a couple shield maidens. Those are the only battle cries I have in the deck, but I feel like I kind of need them just to survive because it is a really slow deck. But let's just jump to a few games and see how we do. I played quite a few games right after the expansion came out and went on a pretty sick winning streak with this. And then I started messing around with a few fun decks. Played some Shaman and a couple of Paladin decks and dropped about 4 ranks. Okay, so it looks like we're playing against the Shaman. Most of the Shamans are playing that new Totem deck, so I need to have removal because that combo can get pretty nasty. Generally, you just want to turtle up until you can get to your late game because you have so many huge threats. I don't believe I'll need to execute just yet. I'm going to save the coin for a more powerful play.
Made to fit.
Looks like he's going to go ahead and go for the removal. Alright, that's fine.
Honor made to fit.
If I can survive long enough to get out, my taunts, I should be fine. Tuskar Totemic.
Strike.
I went ahead and procced that because I want to be able to kill it with the Whirlwind off my Death Spite. So he's going to trade that out. Yeah, easy target there. Just clear this and then play my taunt. There's a good chance this gets hexed, but if it gets hexed, then that means Emperor Thurzane should stay alive a little bit longer. Yep, there's a hex. Lightning Storm. He got kind of lucky there. Proc the 4 damage off of that one. Let's see. I believe I'll use Bash before I play my Belcher just in case he gets a Doomsayer. Okay, no Doomsayer. Let's go ahead and play Belcher. And I think I'll end my turn there. I'd considered coining out the shield block just for the extra card draw, but I don't really think I want to waste my coin on it just yet. And this is why. I feel like that's a much stronger play. Baron Geddon's really good against the Shaman Totems because they all come in with 2 health except for the Totem Golem. So it's an extremely efficient clear. I'm going to be looking to trade. Yeah, I'm going to trade his Fire Elemental and Raw. Hopefully I survive that. Always. And from here we're in a pretty good spot. It's going to be really hard for him to get enough momentum now. And this is where this deck excels in the late game because pretty much everything in your deck is a huge threat. That dies almost instantly. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? They really don't run anything big in this deck. I think the biggest thing they run in the Shaman deck is sometimes they have Dr. Boom. And I'm not really too scared of Dr. Boom at this point. I am top decking, but if I get Varian, then it's pretty much an auto win.
What to do?
If you get past turn 10 against a Shaman, and you've only taken 5 damage, you've pretty much won.
There is little time.
He's in a pretty tough spot. I think he probably should have traded these two, and the Divine Shield from that into that to take out the Shield Maiden. Hmm. Well,
Race for impact. I won't stand for that.
Minions, servants, soldiers of the cold.
he was probably planning to trade him
Obey the call.
after I've attacked to clear his Alakir, but that's not going to work out for him now.
Did you bring some fish?
That's a good card for him. He really needs the card draw. I'm gonna have to start clearing out these totems. Let's see here.
Pray for mercy.
Race for impact.
Nice.
I won't stand for that. I feel the hit. Mighty invention.
It's a lot of card draw. Let's see. 12 plus 17 damage on board. I think it's best just to clear his deck and play Varian. Or clear his board, rather.
Pray for mercy. Behold the armies of
Go Varian
storm.
first. Fiery War Axe. Sylvanas. Ragnaros.
I won't stand for it.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him leave the game now.
For mercy.
Ah,
Well played.
look at that board. In my opinion, Varian's probably the strongest card to come out of the expansion.
I wonder.
He just does so much work in one turn.
There is a lot at stake here.
Between him and the new Aviana for Druid, it's really easy to get huge boards in just one turn. So I'd imagine most of the control decks are probably going to start running full board sweeps, kind of like Twisting Nether. This is because if you have a deck that, you know, it can do something like this, then this is just almost impossible to deal with. Priest Light Bomb would do it, but really most classes don't have a good answer to something like that.
You win this one.
Yeah, well played. Well, that's pretty much a good example of how the games normally go. That totem deck's one of the strongest decks that I've faced, you know, in the recent days here. But, you know, all things put together there, you just have a really solid deck and a lot of fun to play. I haven't really, like, you can see I'm not a pro, so like I probably made some misplays, and if you saw anything, feel free to post them in the comments. Always trying to get better, but just a fun deck to play at the lower levels, and I would imagine it's probably viable. even at the higher levels if you just refine it a little bit. I don't really play a lot of the lower mana curve minions just because I want to go for those epic Varian plays. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments and like, subscribe, and share with a friend.